itchy and dapper.
Thank
Very
you.
dapper.
Why itchy?
I'd say he.
Because I haven't showered.
Oh, gross. I hate the itch. Well, I'm not you're
Gross.
I hate the feeling of. I'm done. All right, see you guys later.
So I'm embarrassed to say, but not really. The barber shop I go to, he has vacuums attached to all of his tools, so you walk away not itchy, and it makes me happy.
Wow,
Why-
that's
why
pretty
would that be
epic.
embarrassing? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
It's sort of the Floby thing. I don't know, but he has it all wired up like the wood shop, like into these vacuums, and I don't get itchy.
That's good. Oh my god, the video lag is great.
All right.
Oh Jesus, Hans.
Yikes. Oh, that's
why.
Hans, not okay.
So,
Whoa, holy crap.
folks, hang on.
Yay, Discord.
Yay,
Yep.
coffee shop.
Yay, coffee shop. Who wants to start?
No one.
I can start, but I have a feeling I'm cutting out.
I think you're back.
Oh, good. All right. So yesterday, I spent most of the day doing blocking on the website, which I think most of you saw. But basically, we got the main stuff in terms of navigation across the top and starting to get some placeholder and logo placeholders to block out what the UX that Carl put together is. Today I want to finish up the screen actually of those and then I think we can probably walk away from that. Popular the art front. We have some concept art. Let's see. I have Emma now.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Alright,
Okay,
maybe
so
we're typing it, Hans.
I'm going to upload some of the concept art, and after this, I want to talk about it with folks, and I'm going to upload the sort of quick review that we have. So go ahead and go to I choose Will.
I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. I choose George. Come back to me.
Hot potato, ant, go. Just kidding. Okay, so yesterday I got done a big chunk of the celestial object. I implemented all of the JSON for the celestial object and parsing the JSON for what was the celestial object stuff? Scanning for scanning. And I also worked on event sum, but neither of those two tasks is done to the point where there's anything to show for it today. I'm really close to being done with the scanning thing, and then I'll make the ability for scanning, and then you should be able to actually play with it in game. I think I'll have that done today. And I guess I choose Will again.
All right. Yesterday, man, it doesn't look like I did very much. Oh, that's right. I got the tagging system in. That was the big thing that I did. So there are now tags on ships and global tag on the fleet. And we can add tags to whatever we want and then query them and stuff. And then I added conditions and effects related to adding and removing tags. And then I added robust logging to all of our effect or events, so conditions and effects, so that if you're worried that you didn't parse correctly, you can go into the log and see exactly what it thinks parsed out as you're clicking as you're viewing the event. And today my goal is to just like really aggressively hit the list of the very massive, terrifying, unsettling list of conditions and effects that George wrote up, and then try and test some of the events that he made. Eep. And then Ant.
I can pair with you on that, by the way, if you want help.
Okay.
Yesterday I was focused on spent a lot of time on installations for ships themselves, like the leveling up. I think I would already have made it work. I made it a little bit better. Expanding installation, so you can say, hey, I have an installation, I want to make it one size bigger, can I? And when it does, and then adjusting JSONs to affect, like, oh, if it's bigger, what does that mean? So like hydroponics produces food. If you expand it so it's a bigger size, the size multiplies the actual output of it, and upgrading makes it higher quality output. These are all using abilities, which are on ships. Ships now have a upgrade installation ability, expand installation ability, and a build installation ability, which I just checked in. I've been working on this morning, which you can say, hey, I want to build an installation on the ship, and give it a string, the name, which matches what's in JSON, and it will build that installation on a ship. And yeah, there's a lot of JSON refactoring as I was going through this. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna try to take some time today to kind of like clean up bits of this, because a little bit is jumbled. I've tried to keep it nice going along, but I know I need to clean up a little bit of the JSON and adjust things. We'll want more data coming in certain places. So yeah, that is focused today. I think we have and then some meetings this afternoon, I believe. Go through.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the review on that action stuff with you.
Yeah, and tell me how terrible it all is, because I don't know. It's working, so that's at least something. I have to say, it's working, not crashing, parsing tons of JSON and external data, and producing outcomes. So, game. Who needs to go? Brandon?
Yep. So, back from a thoroughly exhausting trip, but I did manage to do a little bit of work on the plane rides. I have a sketch out for what I'd like to do with some of the non-procedurally generated event, but also have a kind of rough sketch of a system that might add more replayability to those kinds of systems, and wanted to run it by the team at some point. But I need a chance for that from paper to a doc. So hopefully we'll find time to do that today. Spent a little bit of time catching up on what is going on yesterday, and today we'll be jumping into all of the marketing stuff that has gone on for public development. So we'll do that, put the stuff to paper, and then I think the 3 tasks that I saw were editing the Patreon blurb and script. Maybe start putting out a script / storyboard for the video for Patreon. Is it Patreon or Patron?
Patreon.
Okay, just make
Patreon is the site. Patrons are on Patreon.
Okay. It's one of those things where like you read it all the time, and I thought it was Patreon, but just wanted to make sure that I'm not wrong. And then start on the world building doc to see where we can get there. Yeah. So that's everything. Carl, have you gone?
Nope.
Okay, Carl.
So yesterday I did a bunch of work on the Patreon stuff and the Twitch side of things. We are now approved for Amazon merch, so if we want to do merch, we can do that. We got the Streamlabs overlay copying over to other people's stuff. Although I changed the overlay today, so need to figure out a way to potentially check some of that in so people can just grab it whenever they want and then re-import it versus having to put it on Drive. People remember to grab it from Drive, all that kind of stuff.
It's a single folder, right?
It's a single file, I think, but yeah.
Yeah. So we can create a per first project.
Outside of that, had a few meetings, including a meeting with Mark Hill from Good Old Games, just to catch up post E3 and everything else. He's doing well. He thought some of the stuff we were doing was cool. He was sad that we didn't get funded. And yeah, the Good Old Game stuff sounds, I think, more interesting than we initially looked at. But he also would agree that it's something for down the line, just based on where Good Old Games is at from a audience perspective. Like their audience hasn't really bought into the games and development idea as much, and so we'd end up with a pretty small base there. On the plus side, they'd be pretty passionate about it, but it'd be pretty small. So he was even like, "Hey, yeah, your guys' plan seems fine. Like, let us know how we can help down the road, all that kind of stuff." So yeah, today I'm mostly driving to San Diego and then eating literally all the Mexican food.
I should just go to Comic-Con just for that. Don't
Yeah,
actually-
don't actually go to Comic-Con. Just come for the Mexican food.
Mexican.
I'm in. I'll do a trip with you.
Just do it.
And so I'm just sort of I had grand plans of like, oh, it won't be fine, it won't disrupt my work that much, but then I remembered last year and it just totally disrupted my work. So I'm pretty sure I will be able to make it for both the daily stand-ups tomorrow and Friday. And I'm sure I will be answering Discord messages, but I wouldn't expect me to do a ton of like super hands-on work.
Yeah, we got you. Go have fun.
So that's me.
Oh, I have one more sub update. Sorry. I lost my phone, so if I'm not at my computer, I will not respond to anything. So sorry. But I think my new phone arrives today, so maybe that'll be a short-lived thing.
You're gonna be pixelated.
How did you lose your phone? Tell
So,
us of your shame.
We're streaming, by the way.
What?
This is being streamed.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
wait, Brandon, go to twitch.tv/ghostlybeargames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been nice to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
shy now, Brandon.
Don't
You know
say
there's
anything
120 people watching us.
that's
No.
it's crazy.
Alright, I was at Universal Studios. I wanted the new Hagrid's something ride. It's a roller coaster that does a lot of weird stuff. And I think at some point during that, my phone got dropped out of my pocket.
They probably
And-
fund that ride by just reselling everything that falls out of people's pockets.
Yeah, apparently that ride was like $300 million or something. So, but it was pretty crazy. It's a 2.5-minute roller coaster ride.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but it was like, oh, there goes my phone, and done.
Lovely.
Did you actually feel it go, or you got back to the thing and you're like, oh, no phone?
Yeah, I'd actually already gotten off the ride and was starting to walk out, and I did the standard like phone and wallet pat down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized my phone was no longer in my pocket. So that was
I bet that felt both terrifying and liberating.
no, just terrifying.
Just terrifying.
The liberation comes later, but the anxiety also spikes whenever you
Yeah.
realize that you are you can't check anything.
Yep.
Then at
And
some
you're
point
gonna-
you give up. It's actually like what is that? The stages of
The
grief.
states.
Yeah. Where at some point you just reach acceptance, but that acceptance comes far after a lot of anger, frustration, regret, and bargaining.
Can you remote wipe it?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah,
Oh,
it's done.
nice. Right on.
Yeah. So that's all gone. But yeah, so I have it gave me the excuse to get a new Pixel, so that's kind of nice.
Oh, were you still on
That was-
2?
No, I was on 1. That was my
Oh, okay.
That's how old it was, yeah. It was the one that I got when I was still living with you, so Is,
You
a
guys
trip.
and your fancy phones.
Do you have a dumb phone?
I know, but mine's
Oh, okay.
definitely older than the Pixel 1.
Yeah, mine's pretty dumpy. I like having a dumpy phone though, because then it means
Yeah.
I can't put anything on it. I just have to use it for things that phones do, like talking to people.
That's not what phones are for, to be clear.
Yeah, phones are for playing auto chess.
Correct.
I have one game on my phone, and it's Math Doku, and it's the best
Art?
game ever.
I did have that beautiful moment where I
Yeah,
was doing like a
baby.
comparison between my Pixel 1 or like the pixels, like the multiple pixels, and I just realized that no matter what I do, my phone is going to be way better than what it than what it once was. Like there's nothing I could do, no amount of money that I could spend that would get me a worse phone than what I had before. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, anyways,
Congrats.
that was that's my random. I'll be out of contact when I'm not in front of my computer moment.
Well,
All right.
there's only one solution to that. Never leave your
Oh.
computer.
Well, I guess I can order delivery. Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh.
possible.
Hey, Andrew. So HDI Andrew, the guy in our chat, that's Andrew Greenberg. He runs Siege down here, which is the Southern Industry. Wait, no. Southern Interactive Entertainment and Game Expo. I always forget what it stands for. So it's basically
Nice.
the GDC of Atlanta. So he's the one that runs it. I told him that we're streaming our stand-ups, and he's gonna let people like whoever in Siege know.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
We did get some new followers. Let me.
I will also have to say I was on the stream before it started, and I saw that you had a stream starting soon.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it does
I was
that.
like, oh, we're getting fancy now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Let's see.
Had I
People
known, I would have dressed up.
people who I don't recognize the Twitch handles of. We had regular Cicada, Danger Box, Dead Pet 7, Chip a Lot, and HDI Andrew, and then a bunch of people I know who are my friends.
Well, I shared on Facebook and I got 4 likes. So yeah, really good at this.
Just the best at this.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I guess everyone get to work or something.
Yeah, Tyson.
So, actually, guys-
oh, go ahead.
I wanted to take a moment to go over the concept, and I keep breaking up. So, Carl, can you want to pop up? If everybody wants to pop up that last piece of art and take a look at it, I can share it out, and then we just want to gather some feedback. The first 3 were the 3 boards that we got sketch-wise. The last one is the shapes that we were feeling strongly about and sort of why. If you guys want to take a look at.
1 second stream. I'm loading them up.
I'm having a really difficult time scrolling through Discord.
Yeah, you have to click on each image to open it, and then click back, and then it counts it as being read. Because what it does is, when you're in a room, it thinks that when you expand the thing up to see the messages in the room, it thinks that they're unread, and it keeps pushing you to the end of the list because it keeps constantly refreshing. There's a new message. I hate it. It's so annoying.
I like the ones with weird shapes. So in the first one, A and E are cool. In the second one, R and S are cool. Q's kind of cool.
It's a QT.
I am bringing them up on stream.
Ooh, I kind of like M. O and L's cool.
I really like those shapes a lot, and the feedback is spot on. It should be the drive if we want to
Yeah,
make this look
I
like it's a
agree.
ragtag culmination of
Yeah.
vessels that have been repurposed for one last trip.
Yep.
I'm a little bit less hot on like C and F. They're kind of boring looking.
Well, the thing I like about C
I
is
like
that it's not.
Can I just say that, like, even the ones I dislike here, but I'm like, no, that should still be in the fleet. I mean, they should just have a mishmash of crazy crap.
The feedback that we were providing is basically that these ships that provide larger are a lot of the ones we lean towards because of the direction we want to go with sort of the ship texturing and things of that sort, being able to deliver that information. So I think the variety he was able to provide, I think, was awesome, and I think we'll be able to take advantage of that. But optimizing towards the larger the ships that have the larger flat surfaces and the geometric shapes, so that we can kind of build out on those and keep pushing them further, I think is big. I like how he also really was focusing on the functionality of the ships, and you can see that in the ship's designs. And that's why the sort of conversation about the idea of the jump drive being a consistent thing that we push across all of them is, I think, is a really good push from Carl. So we'll be talking with him again later today. So feedback that people have, either if you want to provide it here or you want to provide it in chat, I can roll that stuff up and provide it over to Chris.
Maybe we can give a brief overview of the game for the people who are new on the stream.
Go ahead, George.
No, you do it.
Why? Everyone's got to be able to represent it. You can't rely on me to be your pocket biz dev guy.
Too late.
Yep.
I think we should be able to rely on Carl to be the pocket biz dev guy.
Oh well.
Okay, I'll do it. We're
Hey.
making a game where Earth is screwed and you're flying in space with some spaceships and there's people and you don't want them to die. You want to keep them alive. Go find a new Earth. Have fun. Bye.
It's basically Mad Max in space.
And by the way, Chris Walton is the artist we're working with on the concept here, so I just want to give him kind of a shout out to. So
Yay.
people can
Is
go
he
see
on the
it.
stream?
No, he's not.
Damn him. No, I'm just kidding.
This is cool.
Sweet.
folks.
Yeah. The only other thing I have for you guys is Tyson is around today. So if you need to coordinate with him, feel free to hit him up. Or whatever after the meetings. He just didn't want to be on stream, which is totally understandable. So yeah. If you need him, just ping him. I have him working on some stuff for sort of overall Ghostly Bear branding, just because there's a bunch of website and Twitch and Patreon stuff that is a little blocked by the fact that our current branding is basically a single bear icon, which is a super awesome icon, but it doesn't give us enough to work with yet. And then after that, he'll also be trying to finish up more of his UI, PSD stuff, and that kind of thing. So that will be what he's mostly working on for now. But if you have other needs or feedback on any of that stuff, hit him up and we can coordinate all that.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everyone watching the stream.
Yep.
Okay, we did it. And is somebody going to stream their work later? I can try it.
Should we stream Sharon shares that we're sharing?
Sharing
What?
shares that you're sharing? I don't know what that is. What are you
Don't we
Yeah.
usually share stuff after we do stand up?
Oh, do you
Yeah.
do you have stuff you want to share? Like
No,
it just seemed
but
like
I
people
don't
were
know
like,
if someone does.
That's what the concept art was
Yeah.
doing that.
I was
Yeah.
like, who's Sharon?
oh my god, George.
I couldn't tell what he was saying.
You're
I
Sharon.
couldn't tell either.
No, I'm
Well,
sharing
you're
after 6
Karen,
p.m.
and that's
I
worse.
could share our event pool system that George and I are working on.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
let's do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Boo boo to do. Check it out. It's a JSON blob. I'm gonna make it big. Can you guys read this?
Not really.
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. I'm gonna close this one so it's nice and easy. So basically, you can come in here and define these pools, and these pools contain a series of events, and you just do them by name and you give them a weight. And so anytime this pool would trigger an event, it's going to choose from this selection of events, and it's going to value the ones with higher weights. The way that pools work is you give them hooks, and we've got a few defined, and we'll define a lot more. So like here's a hook that's like every X seconds. So every 5 seconds, there's a chance that you'll get an event, is how this pool is set up. And then it has this thing here, base chance for no event. So you can put in a value here. I was debugging this, so I had this as a weird value. But like, this is the way that George normally has it. So there's 120% chance that there will be no event. And then when it fails to produce an event, that number is reduced by 10%. So it's reduced to 90% of its original value. And there's a trash can outside now. Great. Trash delivery people, good timing. And then we just keep doing that until the number actually gets hit. And then when we have an event, the number resets to 1.2. So it's going to be a couple of triggers of this every 5 seconds before it triggers, and then it will try and find an event. So, you know, we can have all sorts of hooks. So like we have this hook, I haven't implemented it yet, but I will. That's like, as soon as you've finished a jump, here are some events that can happen the moment that the jump finishes. And again, it can have like base chance and no event multiplier. And that way we can like stagger these events across jumps. We have before jump. We have some other ones that like we're going to use this probably for scanning. So it's like when you're scanning, there will be a event pool that's checking off of scan percentages that are hit. So that's kind of the idea about how one of the ways we're going to trigger events. We can also trigger events through code explicitly. So if we have explicit places we want to just pop an event of a specific name, we can do that. And then if we have some kind of simple ones that we want to build, we can build them here with this hook system.
Yep. I could show, let's see, what's a good event to show? I could show a basic event.
Real quick, was there any questions or comments on that before we move on?
Not for me. Not for the stream so far either.
Yep, that looks good.
Yeah, interrupt us, Carl, if a stream has a question.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it.
Sharing. Okay. Oh, I crashed. Great timing.
Perfect.
That is so good. I love how we get like that last message before he disappears. It's so
Okay,
great.
I'm back.
Hi, George.
Hello.
Let me try this again. All right, it worked this time. Cool. So, is that clear enough, big enough font on the screen?
Seems like it.
How do you close this area? Is there a way to get rid of it? Or did you just move it over like this? Oh, you just did that, didn't you? Okay. So anyway, here's an example. This is probably the simplest event we have. This is an inspired artist event, and basically it happens. This is part of the pool. Oh, where's my pools? Let me find it. This is before jump. So right before you do a jump to a new star system, right here, this has a chance of happening. Where did I have it? Where did it go? It was here a second ago. What? Okay, we're gonna go find it again. I'm really good at this. Okay.
What are you looking
So
for?
if this event is chosen, then it will pop up something that just has like a little description. And then you get a choice of 2 different actions. So for instance, in this one, there's a rock star who made a special rock concert to coincide with the timing of this jump as like a morale thing. So you can just say, okay, cool. You get 10 extra morale, which is, just I don't have to do anything. Or you can throw a huge celebration. And so you can spend a bunch of food and get 30 morale. So this is an example of an easy way for the player to take the event system and make some decisions. Like, do I have the excess food? Do I want to spend the excess food to get that morale? It's a resource conversion that you have to make a judgment call on what's more important at the time. So super simple, but still has some decisions with it at least.
Also,
then
more
there's-
proof that our game is Mad Max in space.
And
then we have
as
some-
violent or crazy as Mad Max, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, there's some crazy what do you call it, like complicated events. So this is an example of one that was much harder to create. So a ship unfueled is going to be an event that happens when you don't have enough fuel for all of your ships to make a jump. And in the event pools, you can see that this one right here, it has a weight of 99999. That means if the before jump event triggers, because there's a chance that no event would trigger, but if it does trigger and you fulfill the conditions for this event, it means it's probably going to be the one that's selected, almost surely. And so this is where some people get upset because you're leaving a ship behind that they really care about. So we have spawn conditions for this event right here that say count the number of unfueled ships we have, and if we have exactly one unfueled ship, then this event can happen. So we need to select a random ship, and we need to make sure that it is not fueled. So we're picking ships until we find one that is not fueled. And then you can do some, this is a little too mean, but that's okay. So like if they this is a tag here where you can replace the name of something that's in the event. So, you know, if the ship name is the Enterprise, right, then it would write Enterprise in here instead of ship name. If they love the Enterprise so much, they can stay with it, leave them behind. So we lose a little bit of population and a little morale. That's not a very good thing to do, but you might do it because here, if you ignore them and force them onto a different ship and move on, then we'll lose even more morale. And then eventually this will set up a tag so that it will add a tag to the player so that another event down the road can happen. So these dissenters can cause some other problems down the road if you pick this one. And then this one is spending time to talk with them. So you have to cancel the jump, and there will be an event that fires after 60 game seconds, which is equal to 1 hour of game that the time has passed. So this is a more complicated event. And this right here, this tag before jump one, a ship unfueled option talking, if the player has this tag when they try to jump, then it will do the event of, it will basically do the exact same thing that this would do, where you force the people to come with you. So you have to actually wait 60 in-game seconds before you can get rid of this tag. Anyway, that was probably complicated.
No, but it was a good overview. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Cool.
Anyone else have everything they want to go over? All right, let's wrap it.
We did it.
GG.
And if people have direct feedback on the concept art stuff, shoot it to me, and I'll make sure to roll it back to Chris.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
Gonna wrap up the stream then. Thanks everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.
Bye.